How's it going, guys? We finally made it to 700 subscribers, and I'd like to shout out IDK for, being that 700th subscriber. It's pretty cool. I'm glad to know, because I would not have known who was the 700th, but, he piped up and he said it was him, so pretty cool. And just like I have every 100 sub milestone, I'm bringing you another breakdown and tutorial combo guide. This time I'm doing Piccolo. If you guys want something else, I always reply to comments, so, let me know. And I'll try to see in the future about what I could do for another tutorial breakdown. But I'd like to thank everybody for 700 subscribers. That's huge. Just another stepping stone to 1,000, so, I appreciate it very much. To my most loyal homies. Come join the Discord, We're all just chilling about, chumming it up. You know how it is. Anyway, let's get right into the tutorial.
So, here we are once again, yet another breakdown, and you guys know how I like to do stuff. I have a certain setup, certain template, if you will, for how I build my characters. And, so we'll just get on into it here. So, I like my triangle to be sort of like an effective move. My square is the move I use most often. The circle's some sort of a counter, or just some sort of get me out of jail free card kind of move. And then usually I put a charge. I usually use ultimate charge, but I decided to put do or die on this build just because it's a good move and it kind of goes into the build that we're using here. And for ultimates, this one's interchangeable, reverse Mabukasenko. I suck at landing this move. I cannot get people to hit me for some reason. I can use every other counter, but I very rarely ever land reverse Mabukasenko, and I think the reason why is because, it throws up that little flag to indicate somebody's doing an ultimate, so I think people don't try to attack immediately. And for this, I would replace it with either Hell Zone Grenade or, Special Beam Cannon, because it's just such a good ultimate. The other one's Mystic Flash. It goes into the combo that we're going to be doing, and I personally think it's dirty as hell. I think it's super flashy and super cool to use Mystic Flash. It's a very good move. I fucking wish! But, and then for an evasive, we just got Special Beam Blast. Nothing too crazy. I would use Instant Rise as a substitute. But this, even though it does, so I always like to keep my evasives at 200 stamina usage, but this move is just so cool, and it gives you like a little special beam cannon, just a little side special beam cannon, so I dig it. I like to use it, but normally I would go with Instant Rise for this build. Going on over to the stats, we got Health Type A, because this is going to be kind of an endurance, like health type build for ranked and PvP and whatnot. And this is good. I've been using this. You're going to see in the PvP examples, this build goes pretty hard, especially if you're trying to make a comeback. If I were to make a substitute, I suppose endurance would be nice, speed would be nice. I hate combo type, because if you get stamina broken, your stamina's now like going to take forever to come back, and you're just going to get dog walked the whole time. So I'd probably stay with probably health, speed, or endurance for this, but I would personally choose health because it gives you 3.5 health bars. And on to the Super Soul. I'm using Nail Super Soul. Once, only when using a reinforcement skill activates auto health recovery. So the way I kind of use this is because you have a heal in your pocket when you use do or die, because it's a reinforcement, and so I keep that card in my back pocket until I absolutely need to heal, because this Piccolo gets 2 heals, because this Super Soul also gives auto health and stamina recovery when for a limit burst. So you get 2 healing sessions from this move, or like from this build, on a Piccolo that has 3.5 health bars. So you can go from absolutely, 1 or maybe even half a bar of health, straight back up to full health if you use your heals right. And yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely unnecessary, but I like these health builds for ranked because people are just assholes, and they'll run up and cheap shot you, or they'll, you know, wait for you to be charging or something, or they'll break transformations at the beginning. My rule is, if you try to transform at the very beginning of the fight, you get that transformation. But the second we start throwing punches, if you try to transform, everything that happens after that is on you. And so a lot of people will try to break your transformations at the beginning of the game, and it's just brutal. So it's like, whatever, man, fuck you. So I made this build to kind of counteract that and give you a little bit of health back if you know, somebody did some bullshit to you. I also do this on Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, which gets some of my friends pretty mad. Yeah, it's fun. And for the colors, I don't know if you'd want to copy this. It's pretty bare. I don't really have any like cool color combinations really to use him. I was gonna make it all green, but I was like, nah. But anyway, that's pretty much all I can say for the build and stats and all that. It's pretty easy. There's a ridiculous combo that these three moves are going to be able to make. Or I shouldn't say these three, because I guess one of them's the ultimate. Evil Flight Strike's just there because it's a good like move to get you out of some bullshit, in my opinion. But you know, without further ado, let's head over to the training grounds and I'll show you this next little bit of info. And here we are at the battlefield. Now, you know, one thing I really like about Piccolo is his combos. They work the exact same. Well, I shouldn't say the exact same, but they work very similar to Gohan's, like adult Gohan's combos. And so with that, you know, his stamina break being mostly all squares, like, oh, it's easy. It's easy. You're just pressing one button over and over again. And let's get this building off me real quick. Alright, where are we here? So, the thing I want to show with this build is, as you know, Evil Eyes will shoot the person towards you. And then, you know, Mystic Flash only shoots behind you, so a cool way to set up Mystic Flash, if you didn't know, is you hit triangle and circle at the same time, and then you swing the stick to the left. You swing the stick to the left or right, and you'll wrap around, and then you just activate it, and they'll fly directly into the path of it. And what a lot of people don't know is Evil Eyes sets up after Mystic Flash. So if I go ahead and do that again, I can hit Evil Eyes, and then a consecutive energy blast. And then usually what I do after that is once the consecutive energy blast lands, I would like fly, and boom, followed up with something like that. And I did that earlier, and that combo altogether takes about 16,000 damage. So I mean, that's not the most mind-numbing amount of damage, but I mean, for like Piccolo, like that's pretty cool. Like, I'll take it. I think there's a lot to his combos, such as like we're doing the square combo, right, to get that stamina break. Well, if you wanted a shorter version of it, you could actually start with one triangle and then start pressing squares. and that takes like 7 buttons and makes it 4. The only problem is it's hard to land a triangle sometimes as a start, because when you're zipping around and you're doing all this shit, it'll like you can't normally just end it like that. You'll be zipping around and then, oh shit. Yeah, and then you get that kick. I'm sitting here trying to talk about how hard it is, and I'm doing it by accident. My god. But that's my biggest struggle, is trying to start with triangle. And so usually what I do is I'll just, if somebody's coming up, I'll come up fast, stop short, block so they think I'm gonna like try to perfect block, and then back up, hit with the thing, and then you start going. And so just like, you see me do it all the time in PvP. I'll fly at the person, stop, and then back up. Oh, thank you. You know, it's wild. It's wild what you can do with Piccolo. Piccolo is a very good character, and I think he's very slept on because some people don't like how his non-custom presets have little to no stamina. You can make him have a ton of stamina if you do the combo type stat alignment, but the problem is you have a shit ton of stamina now. Once I break it, like, now you're gonna be punishable for days. And so I usually don't mess with that too much, but I wonder if consecutive energy blast, does that follow up with Evil Eyes? I mean, everything follows up with Evil Eyes. Such a slept-on move. For those of you who don't know, or maybe you do and you've seen some of my older videos, I made a Super Saiyan 4 Goku breakdown for one of my subscriber milestones. And in that, I use Evil Eyes to help me set up my Kamehamehas. And so I think Evil Eyes should be, like, I'd say it's an S-tier move. It's so good. You can even use it mid-fight to protect yourself. If you know they're going to snap behind you and start attacking you, you can literally just, like, activate it, and they'll just get blasted away. It's super easy, great for defense, great for offense. Amazing for setting stuff up and comboing. I've seen some people do stuff with Evil Eyes that I physically can't even comprehend. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much to Piccolo. His full triangle combo, that's not it. I hit a square by accident. His full triangle results in a heavy stamina break setup. And if you didn't know, it's also a setup for like special beam cannon, because it's a heavy knockdown, so they are forced to just sit there while you sit there and charge it and hit them with it. But I'm curious, I don't know if I'll be able to land this, but let me see. I've seen somebody do this once. I want to see if I can do it. Oh, god damn it, I messed up. Alright, give me... Alright, one more try. Okay, one more try. Uno más. Yup. You fucking. That's basically all I can really show you. I mean, his stamina breaks are easy, ish. My one tip for the one stamina break, I don't know if I'm going to edit this and put this in during the stamina break, but one tip for that special stamina break where it's triangle, square, square, and then stamina break, because the enemy is coming from the side, don't push forward for the stamina break. You have to push in the direction they're coming from. So if, let's say, I'm going to grab my controller. Let's say I'm doing it from this side. See, I didn't do it. It didn't work correctly because I pressed forward. So what you gotta do... But see, it says I pressed forward, but I was pressing to the left there. So, you know, it's one of those things where you kind of gotta fuck around with it a little bit, get used to it. But Piccolo's fantastic. He is so good. Anybody who likes Piccolo should, honest to God, give him a try. Because I mean, for a cast character, he's got simple, easy, and effective combos. He's got range with his triangle, since he does the weird, wacky, flaily arm inflatable tube man movement. And I have an absolute ball when I play Piccolo, so I suggest everybody should try out Piccolo.
If you do a couple of squares and then hold triangle, you'll do this weird back step and you'll hold it, and this triggers most people to try to guard or block in that moment, and then you just let it go. You know, you hold it the whole time, so then it's a charged hit, and then you just bam, break their stamina. It's disgusting. It's one of the best like little tricks that Piccolo has, and I don't think I could really call this a breakdown if I didn't divulge this information onto you guys, so have fun with this.
But that's pretty much all I can teach you, so, you know, when you put it all together, kind of looks something like